Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We are currently exploring a bookshop right now and we bought ourselves a map and a random book that I should probably look at. Can I interact with it? I can. I'm going to speak to the shop owner because we're running out of time, I feel, to talk to her. And then if we have time like later tonight, we'll look at the book and things. I won't forget, I hope. What's behind this curtain?
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. No, I would like to ask about your pendant. A curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
She clutches the pendant and narrows her eyes as well. An anchor, so it must be some sort of religious thing or spiritual thing. So you're the owner of this store?
I am! The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice, high-pitched, sounds familiar. You've talked to her before, through the doorbell.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
So we can say what if I want to buy a book? The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. Farewell for now, book peddler. Well, your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Of course she was.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Really?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that. But she was very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
This woman, sort of person I don't get on with. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Annette is quite the trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labour. All this pressure has made her really anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails?
God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
Ah, yes, of course.
A part of hers too, clearly.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. That is true. And obviously the will of the market. But maybe make an exception for your daughter. Yeah, actually, it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything. Yeah, let's go with the top option. What you're doing is wrong, and even I know that.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change.
Uh-oh.
This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy.
I'll get over it. It's called growing pains.
She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be freezing out there.
Really? You've only just noticed?
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
Oh, lovely. You're like Annette to your husband and your mother.
Oh, well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband...
She shakes her head.
My husband is completely different, of course.
Is the husband Annette's father?
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Grand Couronne? What is that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Ah, the best kind of investor.
Super silent, almost inaudibly so.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand.
Oh God, why do people say stuff like that?
I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Alright, I had something else in mind.
The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
God damn it. So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
What is with this compelling? Does she think, is this pendant of hers some sort of luck charm?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what books you have for sale?
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose.
Oh, a bookshop owner that doesn't know the books they're selling?
But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Wait, shouldn't a storekeeper know about her wares?
I provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine.
She wiggles her bony fingers at you. So where do you learn about the important things then?
The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She nods at you, cryptically. Alright, I guess I'll take a look.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Can I get into the back of your shop here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
More trinkets. Is this a lady who believes in the supernatural?
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What is behind these curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
What is the strange cage-like trinket?
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
Oh no, who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Île de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south.
I believe we had a conversation about them with a certain, particularly not very nice man.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Well, I'm just going to pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
Sweet, can I just open it then?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
So this is about the curse. That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
She's almost begging you. Mom, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The powers? I don't care, you can't stop me. I'm opening them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say.
I agree, Rhetoric.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Let's ignore the curtains for now and go speak to her. I'm also going to quick save just in case it kills me.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
So why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
You're not making me not want to go in there.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of.
If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese ward protecting it?
It's just for decoration.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. You happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the ward.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well? Point at her necklace.
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
Okay.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Who told you it was guaranteed to boost the sales? Was it the people charging you to put the spells on the books?
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
So, how does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Ah, Annette mentioned that the previous tenants had experienced some financial trouble.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Strange. I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism. It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Oh, please. Yes, I've been waiting for this moment the entire time. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. 97%. Please don't fail.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Okay. Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I sensed the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out. Or I have returned from the void, a para-detective from a long line of para-detectives. Let's go with the sleeper beyond.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but...
The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then, rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I'll admit, I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is para-psychologically taxing. You see, it's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void. Let's go with the top option.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Seminese blood also runs through me. I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debad all the bad energies. Let's go with this one, the Seminese blood.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us.
Yes, fate.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Oh my god, no problem whatsoever. Your family is safe, the phantoms are no match for me, or just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me. I really want to say too. Like, really badly want to say too. But I don't think that will work in my favour. Because he doesn't really agree with the paranatural. Let's go with this, no problem whatsoever. Your family is safe.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
Yes. A hand on my heart. On my honour.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Oh, piss.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course. The entity. Close your eyes. For I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimneys. The passage between heaven and hell. Of course.
Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it.
Perfect.
Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
I had a few more questions about the curse. Is there anything more for me to ask?
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
No, it's fine. Never mind.
The woman looks aloof, her
Goodbye.
features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Let me just save again, just in case I make another horrendous mistake here. And let's go behind the curtains.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
We'll open the curtains.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh god. Escapes from Plainson's as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Look, you told me I could go back here. There is one thing I'm going to do though. I'm going to equip a torch. Oh, my hand's moving like with the torch. My mouse is where the torch is pointing. That's kind of cool. I like that. Right, let's go. Oh, it doesn't seem that dark in here, tell you the truth. Anything I can steal in here? Ghostly silhouettes of hair dry. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Let's unlock the door with a key.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Kim. Maybe you should go first. No, we'll go in first. We are the Paranatural Detective. We have a flashlight. How bad can it be? And Kim has a gun. Wait, does somebody just live here? Sand is dripping from the punch bag. Where is this? The poster says Citrus Fortis. The rest worn off. What is this? A shot put ball. Huh? I do need to look at my books, don't I? But what is this? A ball used for playing shot put, a favourite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such beautiful, old-school sports equipment would be a sin. Can I do some, like...
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
This seems like a terrible idea.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? Should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? I don't think so. My physical fitness stats are remarkably low.
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory.
We didn't really learn much there, did we? What's in here? Well, these are like gymnastic bars, right? Wall-out wall bars. They look unsafe. There's some stairs here. Never mind. Oh, sorry, Kim. Did you want something? The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Looks like the remains of the 20-hour window repair shop. I'm not missing anything here. Ooh. I didn't have my flashlight. I think this might actually be absolutely mortifyingly terrifying. Wild animals stare at you in the dark. Stuffed. Mounted. Poor animals. No rest for their bodies after death. A huge demijohn full of strange liquid. The music in here is considerably more terrifying than before. Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs that remind you of blades. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow colour. It's in the drawers. Money. Let's go, we might be able to pay off that book I bought. What is this?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Let's inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic.
Is a Dungeons & Dragons game? The Project Dread.
Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin.
That seems like a terrible idea.
One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Who are these creatures? Who draw them? Are they real? I have so many questions. One of them, welkin, is a supremacist. Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
I'm gonna do the whisper.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
The Lieutenant nods at the welkin's facial hair. Who are these creatures?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Okay. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Let's inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Let's inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss, an abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Let's inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
Let's leave. I don't know how that's going to help me at all, but, you know. Seemed interesting at least. What is this big board on the wall here? Also, there's something down there, a filing cabinet. Hang on. I think I have to go through this up there to progress, so let's have a look at here first. Money. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth-bitten. Is this Emily's atelier? Or Emma's atelier, sorry? Skis with slipstreams printed on the laminated top cover. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Production schedule, filament, memory. Wait, this is what they were talking about. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads, "Production schedule." Note: this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Can we use the one that is in the car, maybe? Okay. Let's keep going up here. Apparently I missed something on that shelf. Let's go see what that is. There's also a room here that could have something in it. Oh, is it a safe?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
I take it back. I have a funny feeling this may in fact be the computer we're looking for.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. You think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Let's turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Let's look inside the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
I'm going to insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good evening, Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Rapid Station 1. Please repeat, is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean the glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved. You should ask her for a hint.
Okay. A password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
Oh, well, worth a go.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
Is it my birthday?
Still no.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Okay.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalogue before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalogue says.
Oh my god, do you remember like call-in shows where you called in the adventure?
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. And what's that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. What are you, a machine or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Hello, Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid. Or, okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am? I feel like one might open up an interesting conversation path. Because he whispered. If he wanted to say it out loud, he'd say it out loud. Let's go with 2.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
Can I try the password?
Good. Please repeat.
Okay, I don't know the
Received.
password.
I will repeat.
Don't worry.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
I'm going to press print, see what it does.
Nothing happens.
Okay, never mind. Let's leave. I'm going to leave that in there because it's probably what we have to do. We need to find the password.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Kurdan mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here? Or this must be an elaborate piece of art? Or, of course, narrowing my eyes, the anatomy of the curse. Let's go with something medical.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Wait, who's the game master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that, Kim?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else? Squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
So there's a door back there, but there's also over here? This isn't where I came in, is it? I don't think it is.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Just a failed business? The only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How were they planning on doing that? Has anyone ever done it before? What do you think happened to the company? How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Well,
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
they were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. I don't think so. The curse got them. I see no further explanation. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Do we have the money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it. Make it even bigger. Let's go with let's finish it.
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
Looking around the derelict room, the pipes howl and the rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
If this was the way to go, what did I miss in here? There's a door back here. What is this? Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Oh, that was an exit. Okay. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Oh, I've just realised that Kim wants to talk.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Thanks, Kim. Down here, then. Okay, so if that door leads to like a furnace, and this way leads up some stairs. Oh god.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney.
Chimney that the lady was talking about?
This must be where the entity lives.
Let's leave for now. Because there's something on the floor over here. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow, which means an actual human being is living here. But I think for the sake of this episode running too long, I am going to end it here. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time.